man. All right, I got to grab this. KE8TQR, I got you in there, Keith, on RF, as it should be. And Miss Nancy, KI5OZZ, you are all R2D2'd out there, girl. Where are you and what's going on?
Well, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe I should just try to tune in with the other radio. You know, the one that's not Chinesium, the one that's Japanesium, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, Nancy. It sounds like 1950s sci-fi computer noises in the background. That's what it sounds like.
Almost sounds like a banjo at times. K0KDW.
Well, we do live in that neck of the woods. Hi. That's QTH. Anyway, I turned the truck off. Let's see if that's any better.
I don't know. I don't know. You turned what off, Nancy?
The truck. I had the truck idling so that the turbo would cool off and not get shocked, temp shocked. So how about if you just mark me in, and I will try with the E82 here in a little bit.
Yeah, that didn't make a difference, Nancy, but you're fully understandable. No worries. So I got you on the list. You didn't say where did you land tonight, or are you actually at home?
My apologies. I am just outside of Frankfort, Kentucky, and about 25 minutes from my delivery in the morning, a little bit towards Louisville from here.
All right, still in the neighborhood. Well, that's cool. All right there, Nancy, I got you on a list. You do what you got to do, and we'll give you a holler here in a few minutes. KD8SLG. All right, everybody. Just want to let you know NetLogger is up and running, and just got the notification that WB8CXO has the YouTube feed running. So you should be able to head over there and listen in, see what you sound like. We're about 30 seconds away from the opening announcement. If everybody could please stand by.
W8WKY. The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There's my girl. QST, QST, QST. Calling all amateurs to the BeaconNet. Sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association right here on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390. Positive offset with a PL tone of 114.8. We light up the nighttime airwaves every Wednesday and Sunday night at 10 p.m. That's 9 o'clock Tulsa time. Early check-ins start a half hour beforehand. That's what this is. I'll be taking a couple of rounds of check-ins. If you want to just check in and out and say hi, here's your chance. If you're going to stick around for the big show, I'll work back around and find out who's sticking around and who isn't. It's a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf KD8 SLG. My person was Nick, November India Charlie Kilo. Just Nick. Before I start taking check-ins, let's check in with the BeaconNet crew tonight. As I like to call it, Mickey Mouse roll call. KD8 EPC, this is KD8 SLG. Did you make it home this afternoon, Dustin?
KD8 SLG and the BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD8 EPC. We're here. We're as ready as we're going to be, and hopefully everything's working. With that, KD8 EPC back to pre-net control.
KD8 EPC, KD8 SLG. You sound marvelous, Dustin. The only thing that's not working right is my voice. I can't go an hour like you can screaming at people. Good to have you on board, Dustin. You'll be taking over in about 28 minutes. Don't go away. KD8 QKO, this is KD8 SLG. Are you out there yet, Nick? Nick's got trivia tonight. I know that because he jumped on the radio last night thinking last night was tonight, ready to go with trivia. So he'll be back. Nick likes to make me wait. I'm going to not clear with K8QKO. Let's say hi to Mike, who has no responsibilities whatsoever tonight. K8QWE, this is KD8 SLG. How are you, Mike?
Kilo Echolink, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, Nick. You sound great. I'm sure I sound like me. I will be on the net for a while. I won't guarantee I might not crash before it's over, but I will be there for a while. So with that being said, this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KD8 SLG.
The joy of having no responsibilities whatsoever. Good to hear you, Mike. Just heard you over on the Worcester Club net. Going to clear with K8QWE. Let's talk to Josh. W8HRF. Still working on that one, Josh. He's got all trivia tonight. How you sounding tonight, Josh?
KD8 SLG Whiskey 8 Hotel Radio Foxtrot. Good evening, Nick. Good evening to everybody on the pre-show. Looking forward to the net tonight. Hopefully I'm sounding okay. All trivia is all pulled up and ready to go. Looking forward to it. W8HRF back to KD8 SLG.
Good to have you on board, Josh. Looking forward to the alt trivia tonight. Getting clear with W8HRF. Let's say hi to Eric. K8VZA. I didn't have you in the initial roll call there, Eric, but when you popped in, I said, hey, he does this too. Let's say hi. K8VZA, KD8 SLG. No responsibilities whatsoever, Eric. How are you?
KD8 SLG, K8VZA. Doing well here, Nick. Thanks for adding me up there. I feel privileged now. Anyway, everybody is sounding good on my end here. And with that, I will turn it back to you. This is KE8VZA, back to pre-net control.
Sounding good there, Eric. Sounding good. I'm glad we're making the trip as well. And KE8YUK is added to the bottom of the list there, Josh. Just got your message. No worries. All right, let me tell you who I got. We'll do a couple rounds of check-ins, and then we'll start working the list. We got WB4AIZ. Chuck was in and out. AB8MO is going to be leading off tonight. K0KDW Brad. K8YUG Josh. K5CFY Ray. K8MNT Tom. WB8GKB Ed. KI5RFI Mac. W3ETB Eddie is going to be in and out tonight. Thanks for stopping by, Eddie. WV3K Phil's on the list. K8TQR. KI5OZZ. KC3QND Jeannie. AI5Q Jarris. And K8YUK Miss Lucy. All right, who's out there? Who else is out there wants to get on the list? Check in and out. Or just say hi. This is KD8 SLG. I'm listening.
K8QKO.
Well, there, I'm going to stop the works for a minute. We'll check in with our trivia master tonight, K8QKO. Hi, Nick. How you doing?
K8QKO. Hi, Nick. I just wanted to hop in there real quick because I imagine you called me and I missed it. So I wanted to come in and say hello, and I'll be around at 10 o'clock. And I'll pass it back to you, K8QKO.
You have a vivid imagination there, Nick. Yes, I did. And I didn't give you a hard time for it even tonight either. So there. All right, going to clear with K8QKO. Let's see. Who else is out there? This is KD8SLG. I'm listening.
Whiskey Alpha 8 Kilo Oscar Charlie WA8 KOC Fred and Akron.
That's how I started my day, I believe. All right. That's 2 rounds, so I'm going to work who we got here. Anybody else? We'll get around to taking some more check-ins before the top of the hour. AB8MO, Andy. This is KD8SLG. How are you, buddy? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight? All right, I'll take that as an affirmative. Brad said he was going to be back for the big show, so I'm just going to skip over Brad now. Brad, I got you in there, and I got your message. Let's go to K8YUG. Josh, good evening, buddy. Fine business on the food net, and I'll say hi to Marie this round. Are you sticking around for the big show tonight, Josh?
KD8SLG, this is K8YUG. Good evening again, Nick. Yeah, we'll be sticking around, and yeah, it was certainly good hearing you today. Thanks for checking in, and had a good time, but we'll be sticking around, and Marie's waving a hand, says hello, and I'll send it back to pre-net control, K8YUG.
All right, fine business there, Josh. Fine business. I got you sticking around tonight. Let's go out to Tulsa and talk to Ray. K5FY. Ray, it's good to see the 49562s back online. That was hella good timing today, don't you think?
SLG, this is K5CFY, and by the way, I am not going to be able to hang around. We got severe weather in the area. We got a lot of lightning, and I'm going to be a net control for the National Weather Service. So I'll say 73, everybody, and we'll try to make it Sunday night. K5CFY, back to you there, Nick.
K5CFY, KD8SLG. I got you marked in and out there, Ray. Thank you very much for your service. Take care of business. Keep everyone safe. Going to clear with K5CFY. Let's talk to Tom in Canton. KA8MNT. Tom, you sticking around tonight? You're just getting your ticket punched.
W8WKY.
KD8SLG, KA8MNT. Well, good evening, Nick and everybody here. I think tonight I'm just going to get my ticket punched. I'm a little bit on the sleepy side here, so I will probably be pretty much asleep by the time that the net starts. So 7-3s all, and have a good evening. This is
Vor einigen Jahren habe ich mir einen alten Server gekauft und
extremely capable hands of KD8SLG.
K88MNT, K88SLG, consider your ticket punched, Tom. Get some rest. You're going to have to make Gary chuckle tomorrow morning. So, you gotta save up some stamina for that. Have a great night, Tom. Going to clear with KA8MNT. Let's talk to Ed in Wadsworth, WB8GKB. You were making it in fine, Ed. How are you, sir? You sticking around for the big show tonight?
There you go. Let's see. WB8GKB is here. And, we'll be sticking around and saying good evening to everybody on the net. And let's see what's going on there. So that'll be fine. Back to net control. Ed here in, let's see, Wadsworth. We'll say WB8GKB back to net control. Pre-net control.
WB8GKB, K88SLD. You sounding fine there, Ed, and you can just call me net control. I took Dustin's boredom breaker shift this afternoon, so I earned the title today. Gonna clear with WB8GKB, who is sticking around. Oh, here's our Arkansas contingent, KI5RFI. Mac, what's going on in Arkansas? And are you sticking around tonight?
K88SLG and everybody on the net. This KI5RFI, Mac in Ringo. It's a beautiful day here in the Ozarks. I mean, absolutely gorgeous today. Got a lot of playing outside today done, and then I took a little nap this afternoon so I could try to get on the radio and stay here, and I'm planning on hanging around for the net there, representing Arkansas. So I'll turn it back to you, Nick, and Dustin later on. This is KI5RFI.
KI5RFI, K88SLG, Mac, I envy you. I did not get my nap this afternoon, and I'm feeling it. I think everybody's just a little bit off with the time change. I'm going to blame it on that, even though, everybody lost an hour. What are you going to do? Going to clear with KI5RFI, who's sticking around. Eddie, W3ETB, had things to do. He was in and out. Thanks for stopping by, Eddie. Good talking to you. Let's say hi to Phil, WV3K, K88SLG. How are you tonight, Phil? And I'm pretty sure you said you were sticking around, but let me just double check.
K88SLG, pre-net control. Nick, WB3K. Yes. I'm looking forward to participating with everyone that's also checking in to do so, and for those that are just wanting to listen. I'm glad that the tea is soothing your throat. That is really good stuff. And I'll tell you what, it's been good to me, and I'm glad it's being good to you, because right now, well, I had to switch over to peppermint because I thought I'd just going to make a change there. Peppermint or mint tea, and no honey, no anything in it, just the raw tea. It's really great. Anyway, yes, I am going to stick around. Good to hear you, Nick, and you sound really great. Your audio is fantastic. And good to hear everyone else that's part of that's participating in the Mickey Mouse Roll Call and also helping you out. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and sit on the side and wait for my turn. K88SLG, pre-net control. WV3K. I'll be on the side, buddy.
WV3K, K88SLG. I got to tell you, Phil, you sound a lot more chipper today than you have the last couple of times I've talked to you, and that brings me joy. And we can thank Bob Heil for my audio tonight, because I'm going through one of his headsets and mics. Rest in peace, Bob Heil. You will be missed. Going to clear with WV3K. Let's talk to Keith. K8TQR telling us today of his DX exploits. Keith, are you going to stick around tonight so we keep you up so you can play some more late night HF?
KD8SLG, KE8TQR, the Kentwood is warmed up, the tuner is tuned in, and yeah, I'll probably be playing HF when I get off of here. So, yep, I'll be around. Keep me on the list.
All right, Keith, we will keep you awake until the bands open up for you there. Gonna clear with KE8TQR, who's sticking around. Let's see what Nancy's up to again, see if she's still here. KI5OZZ, this is KD8SLG. Nancy, are you going to stick around for the whole show?
KD8SLG and the rest of the Beacon netizens, good evening. And first of all, let me get a signal report, etc., because now I'm on the Japanese radio instead of the Chinese one. Hi.
Well, Nancy, the R2D2 has left you, but there's still a little bit of wavering in there. I'm guessing that is your Wi-Fi or cell signal there wherever you are. But you're fully copyable, and it's all good. And I do have a message from you from the the blue screen. KI5RFI Mac in Arkansas wants me to shout out to Nancy. He hasn't heard you in a while. So there's your signal report, and there's a shout out from Mac.
Absolutely splendid. Thank you so much, and good to hear you too at KI5RFI. And I will turn it back to you so you can wrangle the rest of the cats, and as you are so accomplished at doing 73 for now. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm probably going to be hitting the bunk here pretty soon, but I'll listen as long as my eyes are open. Hi. KI5OZZ, pre-net control.
KI5OZZ, KD8SLG. Well, I threw an M there in front of you, Nancy, so hopefully Dustin will see that and give you a call early on, and we can send you off to Sandman. Going to clear with KI5OZZ. We're going to talk to Jeannie. KC3QND, this is KD8SLG. Hi, Jeannie. How you doing? Are you going to stick around for the big show?
KC3QND. Yeah, I'm going to stick around here because I'm early here on the list. Let's say hi to Miss Nancy. I know she's got to be tired putting on all them miles on that truck. And it's really, really good to hear Phil out there. Haven't heard him for a while either. Always good to hear Phil. So with that, back to you, Nick, for the pre-show. Doing a great job. KC3QND, back to Nick.
All right, Jeannie, it was great getting the two of you together there on Sunday. It was very, very good timing that Nancy was rolling through, and that's a great picture of you two kids that I believe Mark took it, or I took it. No, I took it. That's right. So good to have you on board, Jeannie. Going to clear with KC3QND. Let's go back out to Tulsa. AI5Q. Jairus, my man. That was excellent timing today on the 49562. Don't you think?
W8WKY. AI5Q. Well, considering that I was in a management meeting, including the president of our company, talking to all of the guys at one of our field locations, yeah, it was most excellent timing. I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't shuffle nodes around, and as soon as you sent me that message, I pulled it up, and then I went over to Telegram to send Scott a message, and he had sent me one about 5 minutes earlier warning me that they were going to do the pi hat change today, and he didn't know what time. Apparently, they only gave him about 10 minutes warning. And, you know what? At least it was around 1:45, and the net was sort of hopefully tailing down. At least it didn't occur at 12:05. That could have been disastrous. So, you can't really control what other people do sometimes, and the pi hat needed to be replaced due to high temperatures, and we thought the fan was out on it, but it doesn't look like it's cooled down a lot, so I'm not sure that it helped a lot. But anyway, we know that the Pi over Ethernet board on top of the Raspberry Pi that's running our hub is good to go, and shouldn't have problems in the future with it. So anyway, I want to point out that all of the ladies, all three of them that are checked in on this net are around me. And that just may say something about me, and it may not. But there you go. Back over to you, Nick.
AI5QKD8SLG. Well, you're married and you got 3 kids, or 5 kids, excuse me. So that sort of makes you safe. Maybe that's it there, Jairus. And yeah, it was already kind of dwindling down, and you know, I got jiggy with it, and I hooked W8WKY up to 515420, and we kind of snuck around it that way. But yeah, it needed to be done, so that's a good thing. And I missed it. Are you going to stick around tonight, Jairus?
Oh yeah, I'll be sticking around. Sorry, I forgot to tell you, but yeah, we're having a good night. Had a long day at work, and left my phone in my boss's truck, and he took off, and he lives an hour away from town. So I had to think really quick on my feet how to contact somebody without a phone to get my phone back, and not knowing their phone number. I defaulted to calling my own phone from the lobby of my office, and he picked up and said, "Yep, I see it," because he was on my phone. Anyway, just trials and tribulations today. You take it away, and I'll be here later. AI5Q.
Oh, always problems to be solved and solutions to be found. Got you sticking around, Jairus. Thanks. I'm going to clear with the AI5Q. Let's punch in with Lucy here. K8YUK, KD8SLG. How are you tonight, Lucy? KE8YUK. Lucy, are you out there?
KD8SLG, KE8YUK. Oh, I'm out there. I am way out there. But I'm here. I'm sticking around for trivia unless I pass out. So, yeah. Gravity calls me, but I resist it. KE8YUK, back to KD8SLG.
Well, if you off, I'm gonna have Josh poke you with a stick and wake you up. So there. All right, we got you sticking around there, Lucy. Gonna clear with K8YUK. Fred, WA8KOC, KD8SLG. Good evening, Fred. Are you just here to get your ticket punched?
Good evening, just Nick. Good to be here. No matter how much I would really enjoy sticking around and playing trivia with you guys and listening to everybody, gravity's calling me, and it's calling me very loudly. Thanks, Lucy. It's good to hear you for the third time today. Appreciate it. As we talked earlier, if you take both duties, I'll pay you back twofold. How's that? You have yourself a great net. I'm sure you guys will. My very best to Dustin, because I didn't get to talk to him this afternoon, but it was great hearing you, and fabulous job as always. And I got to talk to Ray this afternoon, too, so it was a full day of radio. Take good care of yourself, pal. We'll say 7-3 to you and everyone else in here on the net. Thanks for taking my check-in. KD8SLG in the pre-net show for the Beacon Net WA8KOC.
Oh, WA8KOC, KD8SLG. No worries there, Fred. I'll take the morning and the evening there. Go figure, what are the odds of you getting ClubNet on the day that you have to do elections? Who knew? Anyway, I got them both, man. Don't worry about it. Maybe I'll get someone else to cover the ClubNet for me. We'll do another guest ClubNet NCO. That'd be kind of cool. Thinking out loud here. Fred, I got you in and out tonight. You have a great night. It's great talking to you a couple of times today, too, as well. I'm going to clear with WAKOC. Let's go to Mark, see what he's up to. KC8FQV, are you in here? Are you done with Worcester and over here? What do you got for us tonight there, Mark?
Hello, Nick. We're going to see how well it sounds tonight. Let me know how I sound. I do have YouTube up, so I'll hear in a second or two. KCFQV.
KC8FQV, K8SLG. You sound great, Mark, but we can hear the YouTube in the background almost as loud as your voice. So that's one of the problems with the way you're getting in there. The telephone mics are pretty sensitive. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Well, what I did, Nick, I had DV switch on the old phone, but I never was able to get it set up. But since I had it set up on the newer phone, I said, I got to set it up on the old one. So I went in and copied everything over, except I couldn't find my password. But I did find it. I found it in my email or my text. So I got it in, and I'm on the S8, the Samsung S8. So I got it on both of them. So I had Worcester on the other phone, and I had you guys here. Plus, I stopped over at Cars through the phone portal. So it makes life a lot easier when you have a couple of Allstar capable devices. So I feel a lot better. So I'll send it back your way, Nick. KCFQV. And great seeing you over the weekend.
KC8FQV, K8SLG. Well, it's good seeing you over the weekend, too, Mark. The Hamfest was a great time. I got to meet Pops, which was awesome, K8AGW. And, yeah, Mark, I've got 2 nodes running all the time, as well as about 6 or 8 radios. So, yeah, it's fun to be able to just move back and forth flawlessly without having to do a bunch of this, that, and the other thing. And, yeah, that's not, the DV switch sounds great there, Mark. DV switch sounds great. Going to clear with KC8FQV, and I don't have to ask him if he's sticking around, because he is. I got about 2 minutes left. Anybody else out there want to get in on the list before the show starts? This is KD8SLG on the W8WKY repeater for the BeaconNet. I'm listening.
Hey, a quick recheck, Nick, KCFQV.
AB8MO, collecting my pre-net paycheck. I'll be around.
W8WKY.
Kilo 6, Kilo Juliet Victor.
Go ahead there, Mark.
I
know I got you there.
Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California, in and out, please. Thank you.
K6, KJV, Kevin, I got you in and out there. I caught the tail end of your transmission. Mark, go ahead with your recheck. KC8FQV.
Juliet India Golf, Janet, Michigan.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we picked up, can't recall if the station was from California or Washington State earlier today. I was on the Puget Sound 6-meter net, and the one guy, and I thought it might have been possibly, I can't recall his name, but he was called back and asked, and he was going to come through Echolink. He said he had the Echolink capability. So I was just wondering if he might have come in. If he did, well, hope you enjoy the net tonight. KCFQV.
Kilo Juliet 7 Charlie Lima Golf, KJ7 CLG John in Kalispell.
All right. right, thanks for that, Mark. Going to clear with KC8FQV, and we picked up KJ7CLG, John in Kalispell, Montana. All right, good to have you on board. Are you going to stick around for the big show? It starts now, John.
Yes, I am. I'm going to hang out. I haven't heard this yet, so I'm interested to see what happens. Yep, KJ7CLG, back to you.
All right, John, you got great timing because it's about to start. KJ7CLJ, KD8SLG, KD8EPC. It's time for you to light up the nighttime airwaves there, buddy. Take it away, Dustin. KD8SLG to KD8EPC.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, stand by and we'll get to you as soon as possible. All right, we're linking with our friends in Oklahoma who do drop in various other repeaters, so we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you have to say. Also, let the repeaters drop so everything resets. All right, before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. Perfect. Not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations that haven't already checked in the pre-show would like to check into the Beacon Net. Please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
November 8th, Papa Zulu Delta. I'm just going to check in and out. Dustin, I think I'm going to fall asleep. I'm not even going to stay awake long enough for peppermint ice cream. 73 from N8PZD.
All right, we picked up N8PZD. Clark, don't fall asleep in your peppermint ice cream, and thanks so much for stopping by. Do we have any other check-ins before we start before we go up and get our trivia? Please call now.
Wait. Romeo. 8 Perry and Wadsworth. Checking in and out.
All right, I picked up KZZR Harry. Somebody doubled with Harry there. Who was the other station that I didn't get there?
Kilo Echo 8 Bravo Hotel Quebec KE8 DHQ Benjamin Mobile.
All right, we got you, KBHQ. Ben in the mobile. We'll get right back to you. Anybody else here before we go up and get our trivia questions read? Please call now.
Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Quebec X-ray KB3VQX David in Springfield.
All right, we got David in Springfield there. Give me 1 second for the log to update here. We'll get you on the list there. KB3VQX, Dave, we got you on the list there. Thanks so much for joining us. All right, we got about 30 on the list here, so we're going to go up here and we're going to start with our trivia for the evening. And let's start with our trivia master, K8QKO Nick at Night. What do you have for us?
KEQKO. Good evening, Dustin, and good evening, everyone on the net. All right. Your trivia question tonight is as follows. Approximately how long is one Pluto year? Your options are alpha, 6 Earth years, Bravo, 57 Earth years. Charlie, 248 Earth years, or 623 Earth years. I'll read that again. Approximately how long is one Pluto year? Alpha, 6 Earth years. Bravo, 57 Earth years. Charlie, 248 Earth years, or Delta, 623 Earth years. And just for Nick, I made sure that those were all in order. And with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you. KE8QKO.
All right, thank you so much there, Nick and Knight. We certainly do appreciate you doing that. And we're going to take our net control privilege and wait till we answer that till later. Let's go down here now to W8HRF, Mr. Lucy, with our alternate trivia. Good evening. How are you?
KD8, EPC, and the Beacon Net, W8HRF. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, what is the name of the type of gadget launched down the inside of product pipelines to perform various maintenance operations, such as inspections and cleanings? Your options are Alpha, a laxative, B, pig, C, snake, D, the Cornwaldo bean plunger. Again, the alternate trivia for today is, what is the name of the type of gadget launched down the inside of product pipelines to perform various maintenance operations such as inspections and cleanings? Your options are A, laxative, B, pig, C, snake, D, the Cornwaldo bean plunger. W8HRF, back to net control.
All right there, Josh. Thanks so much for doing the alternate trivia, and it's obviously got to be answer D. I just watched a documentary about it the other day. Hi. So there you go. Thanks again for doing that. All right, we got a couple of mobiles here, so let's get them out of the way, and let's start at the top with the first mobile. KI5OZZ on the Yellow Brick Road. Miss Nancy, how you doing?
And the rest of the Beacon citizens, good evening. KI5OZZ, where I have actually eaten my dinner, and it's not going to be long before I pass out. Thank you for taking me, and special hello to Jeannie and SCK Mark. If he's listening, thank you for being my chauffeur to Hamfest the other day. My answers are C and the pig, respectively. For the questions, and that's all I have right this second. Besides that, I turned the truck off and it's nice and cool outside, and the frogs are singing. And it's really weird to be able to hear that because there's no other trucks where I'm at. Yay! With that, 70 to all y'all from KI5OZZ on the Yellow Brick Road. Back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right there, Miss Nancy. Well, glad you were able to come see everybody at the Hamfest Sunday, and sorry I missed you. I would have liked to have been there, but there's always next time. So you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks again for joining us. Get some rest, and we look forward to talking to you again there real soon. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo, and looks like we have got one more mobile here to attend to real quick, and we're going to talk to him. KE8BHQ, Ben, how you doing?
KD8EPC, KE8BHQ, I'm doing pretty good. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing everybody at the meeting tomorrow, but other than that, I'll just get right to it. My trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo. And I'll give it back to you. This is KE8BHQ.
All right there, Ben. Well, great to hear you. And, boy, I'm going to have to confirm that real quick. I thought it wasn't for another week. KD8SLG, KD8EPC, is the meeting tomorrow or next week?
The meeting is next Thursday night, Benjamin. So don't make the trip tomorrow night. But the Worcester Club has a meeting tomorrow night. Ours is next Thursday, Sarah Club. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Nick. I was thinking it wasn't this quick. I was like, man, I'm not ready to go to a meeting tomorrow night, so thanks for confirming that. Next week, Ben is ours, but it looks like Worcester has one tomorrow, so we got sound for Bravo and Bravo. Sounding good there in the mobile, and great to hear you, my friend. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and that takes care of all of our mobile stations. We're going to go back up here to the top, and let's talk to the land of snow and maple syrup, AB8MO. How you doing?
Katie at EPC and the Beacon at ABHMO. Lucy is giving me an itching for strawberry-flavored beverages. I think I had strawberry Fruitopia years ago. It was really good stuff. And, of course, it's discontinued. I don't know if strawberry Fanta is a thing. Probably is. But that sounds tasty, too. But I don't have that either. I don't know. I can't afford to buy pop. I was spending like $10 a week on pop. I'm like, well, forget this. So I just drink tea, water, and black coffee. What can I say? I'm boring. You need to take me out for breakfast or lunch there, buddy, with all your bingo winnings you got there. We need to make good on that. We've been talking about that for the last 3 months. Anyway, let's see. Strawberry Fanta is a thing. Thank you, Brad. Maybe I will go and see if I can find some. For trivia, I'm going to do double D. I think it's a very, very long time for Pluto to make a revolution around the sun. And the Cornwaldo beam plunger, that should clean anything. That's all I got. Have a great net. KD80PC and the Beacon Net. This is AB8MO.
All right there, Andy. Well, you're on. Just to warn you, though, those bingo winnings are all in pesos, so you're going to have to drive, and we're going to have to go to Tijuana there for breakfast. So we got you out for Delta and Delta. We'll get together there real soon. Just we'll try to figure it out here in the next few days. So we'll say 73D for now, and we got you down for Delta and Delta. Well, let's go over to Missouri and talk to a good friend of ours, K0KDW. Brad, how are you?
Doing all right, Dustin. Hopefully you're doing well also. Just wrapping up my day. Went to bed 1 o'clock this morning. Had a severe weather net last night. Wrapping up the day here. I think we should have a quiet night for my responsibility area. And tomorrow shall be fun. We shall see what happens. My answers are, of course, in the blue screen. I went with A and B or AB, which I have the lack thereof. I don't have six-pack AB. I have six-pack flab. So there you go. Alpha and Bravo. And it was funny. As soon as he mentioned that, I was like, hey, I just watched a Facebook reel that had to do with that. So, yeah, there you go. KA0KDW. I think I remembered that Facebook reel right. I might have it wrong. You never know. Now it's in writing what I said, so if I'm wrong, I can't deny it. KA0KDW. Back over to you, Dustin.
All right there, Brad. We got you down for Alpha and Bravo, and let me tell you, my theory is, why have the six-pack when you can have the entire keg? So there you go. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go down and talk to Josh now. KYUG, good evening.
KD8 EPC, this is KE8YUG. Good evening, Dustin. Everybody else out there sounding good. We'll do the trivia. For the main trivia, I'm going to go with A Alpha. And for the alternate trivia, C, I think that was the snake one. So it's A and C. And then, yeah, we had a good night. Food group net was awesome. And had a fun time there as always. Didn't get so much radio time today. We had to doctor stuff going on, but everything's pretty good. So it was a good good day. Kind of put your mind at ease on stuff, and everything's cool. It's just a checkup stuff, but good to have all that stuff in. And we're waiting on Marie's call sign still. Yeah, keep in the reframe. Probably not going to come in at this point. Business hours are over, but we'll be checking bright and early tomorrow. So hopefully we get that and hear her out there soon. But yeah, it was a long day. So looking forward to sleeping. Everybody have a wonderful night. I'll be listening out and enjoying the blue screen. You take care. 73 KE8YUG, back to net.
All right there. Well, we get you down for Alpha and Charlie there, Josh. And boy, sorry you had such a long day. I hope you get some rest and maybe even more rest tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off also. Today we did the Irish country thing, so I was gone most of the day, but got a little bit of rest, and we're here now and having a good old time. So we'll say 73. Tell the better half congratulations on our license, and we look forward to hearing you both on the air there again real soon. We'll say 73, and it looks like Ray was in and out. Wow. And then Tom, 2K8MNT. We'll say 73 to both of them, and that brings me over to Ed now, WB8GKV. Glad you made it here. I might have forgot about you, Ed. Go ahead.
WB8GKV is here. And let's see, I'm going to pick on that main trivia. Baker, I guess the Pluto one there, and just a guess. I did remember reading that about 20, 30 years ago sometime, and I have no memory of what it was. And then, let's see, the secondary, definitely a familiar sound on the C, so I will pick C for the secondary question there. And let's see, I guess the link is working. You never know on that thing. But the other night I was talking away when I was upstairs. It didn't work. It was working fine to quit. I had to push a plug in the back a little harder. So you never know what's going to happen on radio. So that's the story. But I assume I'm there. And last week I had the trouble, if you'll remember. Well, maybe you didn't know, but I sure knew. Let's see here. Let's say good evening to everybody on the net. Good to hear everybody on there. And no real traffic. We'll look for you Saturday. I got to figure something going on a change. I feel like getting steak or something to eat again. But turkey, I'm getting turkeyed out a little bit here. Anyway, I'll figure something out. We got to figure something out there. Let's see. Nothing much. I guess I don't have traffic. Can't think of anything else. So we'll turn it back to net control. Dustin, you're sounding good tonight as usual. WB8GKV.
W8WKY.
All right there, Ed. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie, and you're sounding just fine. So glad to have you in there with us tonight. And we'll be there. I don't know if it'll be Friday or Saturday, but just be expecting me early this weekend. So we'll say 73, and we'll catch you there down the log. And now we're going to talk to our official representative of Arkansas, KI5RFI. Matt, good evening.
Well, good evening, Dustin, and everybody else on the net. Here, this is KI5RFI. Having a great evening sitting around and listening to Echolink, and I did a little HF a little earlier today. Got a new long wire antenna up. Doing a pretty good job. My answers to the trivia questions are going to be, I'm going to take a guess and say C on the regular question and Bravo on the alternate there. And you have a great evening, Dustin. Appreciate you. It's KI5RFI.
All right there, Mac. We got you down for Charlie and Brian. We appreciate you. You become quite the regular on the net, and we certainly do appreciate that, and hope to hear you again there real soon. With that, we'll say 73. Eddie was in and out there, W3ETV, and And that brings me back over to Phil, WV3K. Good to hear you earlier, my friend. How you doing?
K8EPC for WWKY BeaconNet. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. It's good to hear you, Dustin. I was busy with my tea in the kitchen, and I did not hear the question. Could someone please, could Nick at Night please cover me again, because I did not hear it. And I would like to hear all the answers again and the question again. At least hear it where I can give some thought to it. So anyway, I just want to say, in response, with a kind reply to Miss Jeannie, our tender Jeannie. Anyway, thank you, Jeannie, for the kind thoughtfulness, the kind words. And I remember the time when you, when I was in the hospital, you checked on me when I wasn't feeling good with the COVID. That was a few years ago. But anyway, I hope that Pete is doing well, and Mr. Wilson, just give him a big hug and a kiss on the nosy for me. So anyway, I'm doing fine. And you give Lucy a little kiss for Uncle Phil also, Mr. Dustin, because I miss seeing him. I remember when I saw him when I first came over to the house. So anyway, please do that for me, and I'll go ahead and respond with an answer. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, back to net control.
All right there, Phil. I think we can get these guys to reread the question again. That is what we pay them for, so there you go. Let's start with Nick at Night first. QKO, would you mind rereading us the main trivia question, please?
QKO, absolutely, Dustin, not a problem. Approximately how long is one Pluto year? Your options are Alpha, 6 Earth years, Bravo, 57 Earth years, Charlie, 248 Earth years, or Delta, 623 Earth years. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Dustin. It's K8QKO.
All right, thank you so much there. Now let's go talk to Mr. Lucy, WA8HRF. Give us the alternate trivia question, please.
KD8EPC, W8HRF. Tonight's alternate trivia is, what is the name of the type of gadget launched down the inside of product pipelines to perform various maintenance operations, such as inspections and cleanings? Your options are Alpha, laxative, B, pig, C, snake, D, the Cornwaldo bean plunger. Again, what is the name of the type of gadget launched down the inside of product pipelines to perform various maintenance operations, such as inspections and cleanings? Is it A, laxative, B, pig, C, snake, D, the Cornwaldo bean plunger? W8HRF, back to KD8EPC.
All right, thank you so much there, Josh. Certainly appreciate it. Let's go back down to Phil now, WV3K, to get our trivia answers. Go ahead there, Phil.
KD8EPC, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Thank you very much, Mr. Lucy, Josh, and also Nick at Night. Thank you for reading the questions for me. And I appreciate the patience in doing so, because sometimes I hear the questions too, and I can't get them straight in my head. Anyway, I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie, and leave it at that. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'm going to go ahead and sign for this evening so I can get some more rest. I been dealing with some remnants of a cold that just hasn't quite escaped me, and I'm hopeful that, a couple more days like today, and I am going to do so much better, and I believe I will. So anyway, thank you, Dustin, and thank you, Nick at Night. Thank you, Josh, and our dear Nick on the side there, working all the controls behind the curtain, who does a wonderful job on prenet. And you're sounding really good too, Dustin. So anyway, thank you, and many blessings to all, and also Sandy driving her truck and stuff. Many traveling mercies in her travels, and I hope that she continues with a lot of good safety and visual observance to her surroundings, so that that vigilance will keep her safe. And then we get to see her again. So anyway, it's good hearing you all, and I'm going to go ahead and clear and bid you all a good night. And thank you so much for taking my for calling me out. I appreciate that, Dustin, and it's fun to participate with everyone on here. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo back to KDDPC net control of the Beacon Net. WB3K will be clear. Good night, all.
All right there, Phil. Well, we'll say 73-2. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie. We'll say 73, and we catch you there down the log, and that brings me over to Keith now. KDATQR, I understand you still have your extremities. Go ahead.
KD8 EPC, KE8TQR. Yes, Dustin, I still have all my fingers and thumbs and toes and everything else. But good to hear you this evening. I missed you on the net this afternoon, but your compadre there filled in for you, and he did a fine job. Hopefully he is soothing his throat with that nice cup of tea he's got, and gets that throat taken care of. Anyway, good evening to everyone else here on the Beacon Net tonight. Good to hear everybody. Yeah, I took care of the lawnmowers today, and nothing's missing. So they're all ready to go for these grass mowing season coming up, which may be a little bit further away if the cold weather sticks around for a while, but it's going to get there. Did some HFO Monday night, stayed up till about 1:30 in the morning talking to a couple folks. Central England, Romania, Barbados, and then a couple here in the States, Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. So we had a pretty good QSO going. But I finally had to go to bed. 1:30 in the morning is way past my bedtime. Other than that, looking forward to the warm weather when it does get here for good. I got to get more work to do out there on that tower project, and that's going to keep me busy probably most of the summer. So anyway, I hope everyone had a wonderful evening. I hope the rest of the week goes even better. Try to stay dry, try to stay warm, be safe out there. This is KE8TQR. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot, didn't I? Trivia. My answers for trivia are going to be B&B, Bravo, and Bravo for the 2 trivia questions. And with that, I'll say goodnight. This is KE8TQR saying 73, and God bless.
All right there, Keith. Well, glad to hear you have all of your extremities there still, and glad to hear things are fun on HF and working out for you. We got you on for Bravo and Bravo, and sorry we missed you earlier. We were in Amish country having a feast, so we'll say 73 and catch you there down the log. Let's jump on over and talk to Miss Jeannie now. KC3QND, good evening.
KC3QND here. Well, hello everybody on the net tonight, and it seems like it has been a long day, so I can understand how everybody is tired and losing that hour over the weekend. I just don't know where it went. Just went poof, gone. But anyway, my trivia answers are going to be CC, CNC, CC Dustin. I've been doing some really good contacts on HF, a lot of 10 meters. I'm always glad when 10 meters is working good, because to make a lot of good contacts, I make Lithuania, however you say it, and Siberia, and Poland, and Switzerland, and all them good countries over there. It was awful nice being able to. And with that, I bought a new linear, so I'm happy with that too. I haven't used it much though. Still a little scared of it. I'll get used to it though. But with that, I hope you have a good night. And 73 to everybody. And this is KC3. QND. Staying safe. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Miss Jeannie. Well, wonderful to hear you out there. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie. And you know what they say, more power is always better power. And before you go, I don't remember if it was yesterday or today, but did I see that it was Pete's birthday?
Yeah, Monday was Pete's birthday, and I baked him a real pretty cake, and it was chocolate with chocolate icing.
All right there, very good. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that, and make sure you tell Pete we all said a happy belated birthday to him. So we'll say 73 to you, and have yourself a great evening, and we'll have to catch up there, Miss Jeannie. It's been a while, so we'll say 73, and we're going to jump back over to Tulsa and talk to another good friend of ours, AI5Q, Jairus. Good evening.
Oh, sorry. Good evening, Nick. Or not Nick, Dustin. Sorry. I was watching my radio to make sure that the 147.09 node keyed up, but I forgot that I switched frequencies to match the Skywarn net that Mr. Ray is running, K5CFY. So I keyed up and didn't see anything and thought, well, maybe it's not working. But it is. So, been having a lot of fun on the blue screen in case anybody's not privy to the information in there. Mr. Allen, KI5DAY, loves strawberries, and so any kind of strawberry jam or strawberry treats or strawberry jellies or chocolate-covered strawberries or anything like that anybody wants to send him is more than acceptable, and we would love to see him inundated with strawberries. As far as trivia is concerned, I'm going to go with Charlie for the primary and recuse myself for the alternate trivia question because I work in the industry and I know the answer unequivocally. So I will say that there are ball, crisscross, scrubber, squeegee, smart, and other types of this device. And we'll leave it at that. I won't say what they are. I almost did, but I stopped myself. So, Dustin, great to hear you out there. And sorry I missed that earlier today, although you weren't on it. Nick was taking care of you, and I missed him as well. I was busy with a pretty high-level meeting out at one of our facilities. So, anyway, AI5Q, back to net control.
All right there, Jairus. Well, you know, I know the answer there, too, because I just recently watched the documentary, but maybe we can catch up there soon and talk about that a little more down the line. But we got you down for C for the main answer and abstain there from the alternate answer. But, yeah, if you're up for a while, maybe we can have an after party there, because I like to tell you about a couple of things I scored this week anyway. So there you go. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you there down the log. And now we're going to go talk to Miss Lucy, KE8YUK. Good evening. How you doing?
KE8YUK. I'm still awake. Somehow I have cherry cola, which is just off-brand cherry Coca-Cola. I'm not really a Coca-Cola fan. I am very sad. So I'm going back to the tea. Trivia for the first one. Why did I take my glasses off to look at that better? What's wrong with me? Feel like going B. Couldn't tell you why. Just feel like it. 57 seems like a good year. good number. And then all trivia, I obviously have to go with D, the Cornwall Bean Plunger. Furthermore, I live with Josh, so I do know the answer to it. I just feel like explaining that because I need something to make myself feel better today. It's just been a long day. I help tutor my siblings. My mom homeschools, but she also is the full-time caretaker of my aunt, and so she's been run pretty darn ragged, and she asked me to help. So I was helping tutor my two younger siblings, and the youngest, she decided to tell me that she was done with school at 9:30 a.m. And I said, "Oh, are you now?" So I went through every single one of her school books and found every single thing that she has skipped, which is a lot, and pretty much just cattle drove them through school the whole day, and I am exhausted. And then I got the car stuck in the driveway, or in the yard, because I wasn't patient enough to ask my brother to move his car. And so I was really mortified because it tore up the front yard. And then I finally asked my dad to help, and he put it in four-wheel drive and drove away. And I am even more sad. So it's good to hear you guys. Thanks for the cheer and the menacing that's going on in the blue screen. And I wish everybody a good night. And God, KE8YUK, back to KD8 ETC.
All right, there, Miss Lucy. Well, great to hear you out there this afternoon, or well, this evening, I guess. We got you down for Bravo and Delta there. So we'll say 73 to you, and have a great evening, and we look forward to hearing you again there down the log real soon. All right, let's go over to Mark. Now, Northern Mark, TC8FQV, how you doing? Try there again. KC8FQV, Northern Mark, are you there? KC8FQV, Northern Mark, are you there?
I had to bring the right screen up. It went black. I have to get into the settings to change that on the old phone. I don't know. But on the alternative trivia, I'm going to say a pig. And I didn't see the... Oh, I'm going to say Charlie in the other one. We'll just try Charlie on the main trivia, and on the other alternative, it's going to be the pig. So, I have the, I'm using the old phone on S8 where I'm transmitting, and I'm listening on the Google phone, the Pixel 7. So everything works out good. So we'll send it back to net, KCFQV, and good seeing Nick on the weekend. And I never have asked him. I keep forgetting to ask him if he ever got all that text I sent him a week ago or whatever. But he can tell me sometime or throw it in the blue screen if he did or not. But it was great seeing everyone, and I'm going to have a busy weekend this weekend again. We got a fundraiser Saturday night for the youth. And I have a couple of meetings I'll go to on the during the day on Zoom. So, Toledo Ham Fest is Sunday up in Toledo, up at Route 75 and Route 80, up at Owen College. So we'll send it back now, KSFQB. And I'm using DV switch on the old phone. So we got two DV switches now running. KSFQB.
All right there, Mark. We got you out for Charlie and Bravo. We'll say 73 and enjoy the Ham Fest. Let's go over to K6KJV. Kevin, I don't know if he was in and out or not, but go ahead there if you're still with us. One more time there for K6KJV. Kevin, are you still there? All right, nothing heard. WB8CXO is on the list next. Mike, he's in and out, but he's running a YouTube feed for us, and we really do appreciate that. So we'll thank you for that, Mike, and that brings me down to KJ7CLG. John, how you doing? All right, we're striking out here. KJ7 CLG. John, are you there? All right, nothing heard. KD8 SLG, KD8 EPC. Is this thing working?
What's that, Dustin? I didn't hear you. Yeah, it's working fine. I don't remember what network those guys came in on, but Dewdrop Inn's still connected, Oklahoma's still connected, Freedom Network is still connected, so I don't know, maybe they just wandered away. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, thank you there, Nick. It's not unusual, but then you get a couple in a row, it starts to worry you. So there you are. All right, next was N8PZD. Clark was falling asleep in his peppermint ice cream, and KZZR Harry was in and out. We already talked to Ben there, KBHQ in the mobile. That brings me down to KB3VQX. David, how you doing?
W8WKY repeater PL1.
KB3VQX, David here in Springfield, Missouri. I figured I'd say Missouri because the first time I checked in, I just said Springfield. And there's about, 34 Springfields in total throughout the country, so who knows where I could have been from. I'm not doing too much, just texting some people while I'm listening to the net, and planning to have some adult beverages later with a couple friends, but that's about it. Oh, never mind, no it's not. A trivia. Trivia, I'm pretty sure it's C on the first one, because I actually was very into space science, or whatever you call it, whenever I was in school, so I knew all that crap that you just don't really need for anything else, except for trivia. And the second one, I'm going to go with B, Bravo, because that just makes sense, if you know what that abbreviation stands for. Also, I had family that was in that business, so. KB3VQX 73 is to everyone on the net and net control.
All right there, David, we got you down for Charlie and Bravo, and I've just got to know, is that the same Springfield that my buddy Homer Simpson lives in?
Man, we'll just never know. They never like to say which one it is. But who knows? Maybe someday, somehow, it'll just come out. But I mean, yeah, it's Springfield, Missouri, where the Simpsons are rumored to be from, but that's never been confirmed.
All right there, well, we're just going to have to continue wondering until you fish out a three-eyed fish. Hi. David, thanks for joining us. We'll say 73, and come back and join us again. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so we'll say 73 to you for now. KB8L, hey, Ron was a proxy there, in and out, so we'll wave a hand at Ron because I'm sure he's listening. And that brings me down to our good friend Dave, NT8P. Good evening.
Good evening there, Dustin, and all the Beacon Netters, Beacon Netizens. I hope everybody's having a terrific week. I'm very rarely up this late anymore, but just got home from rehearsal a little while ago and got to unwind before I can fall asleep, so that was good. We're doing Jesus Christ Superstar for Easter up here in Shaker Heights, and tonight was dress rehearsal. Tomorrow night we're dark, so I got the night off, and then we open Friday evening, Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee this weekend and next weekend. So if you're in the Cleveland area, look us up. Let's see. I had a good day because it was a decent rehearsal. I I got a piano tune this morning that was really, even though I hadn't seen it in a year, it was happy to see me. It was relatively friendly. My West Marine order came in, so I've got 5 cam cleats and 4 shackles. So, yeah, I got $450 of hardware that arrived today. My advice for those of you who put up wire antennas, if you want to put up an antenna and have it stay up relatively permanently, I would suggest using sailing hardware. Yeah, that stuff will stay up forever, I promise you. It's expensive, but you only have to do it once. Anyways, Dustin, pleasure to meet you all tonight. I hope everybody has a great night. I'll listen as long as I can. Just put me down for BB, Baker and Baker, for the answers to the trivia. Didn't quite hear the questions, but it doesn't matter because I'll listen for the answers. Back to you, NTAD.
All right there, Dave. Well, glad to have you. I know you don't usually stay up this late, so we appreciate you sticking around and saying hello. Get you down there for Bravo and Bravo. And we'll say 73 to you for now. Have a great evening, and we look forward to hearing you getting down the log. Let's jump on over to Texas and talk to another good friend, KG5SYC, Miss Sandy. How you doing?
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Dustin, and Nick, and Andy, and Josh, and the whole crew that's out there. I've got my blue screen up, and I'm sure they don't know whether it's me on the blue screen or if it's Nickelodeon on the blue screen. Well, it's me. At any rate, we have had an absolutely lazy day and done absolutely nothing. But you want to know something? Time went by so fast, I don't even know where it went. So the nothing is, I guess, okay, because it definitely wasn't boring. And I guess we sit and listen to the ham radio and the locals talk and watch Nick kind of lose his mind a few times, but I'll let him talk about that. But nonetheless, he's kind of like he is in Ohio. He knows who you are, but he will forget your name, but maybe not association. So there you go. And if you want me to answer trivia, I guess you're going to just have to do a repeat of the question because I wasn't around to hear either one of them. I was watching the show.
And I'm listening.
This is KG5SYC.
W8WKY.
Well, I'll tell you what, Miss Sandy, we're going to have to add an extra 0 to these guys' paycheck, but I think we can make it happen again. Let me go see here. QKO, Nick at Night, would you please reread us the main trivia question?
KDA-QKO. Yes, sir, I can read that for you. Approximately how long is one Pluto year? The options are Alpha, 6 Earth years, Bravo, 57 Earth years, Charlie, 248 Earth years, or Delta, 623 Earth years. With that, I'll pass it back to you, Dustin, KDA-QKO.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. We really appreciate that. Let's go over to Josh now. Josh, would you reread us the alternate trivia question, please?
KD8, EPC, W8HRF. Don't have to put an extra 0 on the end of my paycheck, Dustin. That's okay. It's just, it's enough for me to be able to say the Cornwaldo bean plunger again. Alternate trivia for today. What is the name of the type of gadget launched down the inside of product pipelines to perform various maintenance operations, such as inspections or cleanings? Your options are A, laxative, B, pig, C, snake, D, the Cornwaldo bean plunger. KD8EPC. Oh boy. W8HRF, back to KD8EPC.
All right, W8HRF. Well, thanks so much for doing the alternate there, Josh. Let's go back down to Miss Sandy now, KG5SYC. Take it away.
All right, KG5SYC. Thank you guys for rereading that. And let's see. For the normal or the regular trivia, I think I'm going to go with D for Dustin. And for Josh's, I think I'm going to go for A for always right. Because between Dustin and Sandy, we're always right. This is KG5SYC.
All right there, Miss Sandy. So wonderful to have you with us tonight, and we really appreciate you being there. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and have yourself a wonderful evening. We look forward to hearing you down the long real soon. Let's go over here to KF5ADE now. Nickelodeon, how you doing?
Good evening. This is KF5ADE, Nickelodeon. And, yeah, I want to say thanks to my wife who got us into place, because I was in the other room tick-tacking and lost all track of time, and my ear was kind of perking up listening to the traffic out here in the bedroom, because we got done with our traffic back in the bedroom with the net there. Local net kind of had a thing going on. It was a really good roundtable. I mean, we had about 5 or 6 people in there, and it went for almost an hour. Shock. Really big shock. So it was really good. We talked about Japan. We talked about scanners. We talked about DMR radios. We talked about, oh my goodness, there was a whole plethora of things we talked about, and it was really good. I haven't had such an active evening, so I'm really, really stoked about that. But let's see. Trivia. Pluto's orbit, it's long. I'm going to go for the answer of, put me down for the longest answer there. It's probably going to be wrong, but I'm going to go for the longest answer there is, whatever that number is. 258 years, a light year, you know, it's long. So put me down for that one. And the other one, well, we're just going to have to go with the Cornwalder-Bean answer, plunger, the Cornwalder-Bean plunger, because I like the sound of that. I would imagine it's probably be the roll out the dice of the B answer, but put me down for the Cornwalder-Bean answer, please. That's my official answer. I'm going to stick to it. So with that, it's been, like Sandy says, a wonderful day. We've had not a whole awful lot going on around here. Been a little bit down in my back maybe, but other than that, I got to get up and move it once in a while. So I'll let it go. KF5 ADE, back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, I'm glad you had that fun QSO with all the locals there tonight. Boy, I'll tell you what, you ought to try to get them hooked up on Allstar or Echolink and get them to check into the net, too. They might have a good time. So there you go with that. We got you down for a Delta and Delta, and I'll tell you, when I got that Cornwalder-Bean plunger, it broke my toilet right away. I had no idea. I bought the wrong thing when I went to the Home Depot. So we'll say 73 to you, Nickelodeon. Thanks again, and have a great evening. With that, this is KD8PC with the Beacon Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
So, India 5, Delta Alpha Yankee, KI5, DAY, Echo Sting.
All right, I will take one on Echolink. Our favorite strawberry lover, KI5 DAY all day long. Alan, how you doing?
Hey, Dustin, yes, strawberry lover. Oh, man, do I love me some fresh picked strawberries. There's nothing like it. That and about 6 EpiPens, and I got a good evening ahead of me. Hi. And, man, I'm just overwhelmed with the massive amount of Cornwaldo-beanology that's going around. Oh, that's a new one. Cornwaldo-beanology. Write that one down so I don't forget. I don't have a pen. But anyways, yeah, I like that answer for my estimate B. I didn't hear the first one, so I'm going to say A for Awesome Dude. AD is my answers for Awesome Dude. And good to hear you guys. We were really busy tonight, so I caught the tail end of the dragon here, and boy, is he out of control. KI5BAY, back to the hooligans on the running the net here. Thanks, guys, for running the net. Sorry I missed most of it, but here I is. KI5BAY all day long. Back in there.
All right, there, our representative from Tulsa there, KI5DAY, Alan in the hangar. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, Alan was the bottom of the list. We're going to make another call here for check-ins before we go talk to the net control team. Station's waiting to check into the beacon net. Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Well, let's go up and talk to Just Nick, KD8SLG. Good evening.
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin and all of the Beacon netizens. My initial gut reaction was Charlie and Charlie, and I'm going to stick with it, although I think Pig might be a better answer for the alternate. I could read Jarris's mind through the blue screen, and now I have a headache. And great times over the weekend with everyone at Norse Ham Fest. That was a good time. I got to meet some people I haven't met before, and that's always fun. Club meeting is next week, next Thursday night. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of people there. Dustin, we had a blast without you today on the Boredom Breaker net. You can do next week. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, thanks for doing the Boredom Breaker net today there, and sorry I didn't bring you with me, but I figured we didn't want to try to leave that on Ray. We would be stuck out there eating while Ray did the whole net by himself. That'd be no bueno. You know, you might as well put me down for Alpha for the first one and Delta for the alternate there. So we'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch up with you real soon there, Nick. All right, we're going to go talk to Mike now, KQWAE. Good evening.
W8WKY.
All right, maybe he went to sleep. I saw him get offline a while ago on the blue screen. We'll try one more time there. KQWE, Mike, are you there? All right, nothing heard. He must have gone to sleep. Mike, if you're still listening, 73. Let's go talk to Eric, KEVZA. Take it away.
KE8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA. Hi, Dustin. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody else is doing well. The blue screen is a real hoot tonight. Anyway, yeah, the Norse Ham Fest Sunday. Really enjoyed it. Was selling tickets at the front table most of the time, so I got to greet everybody on their way in. However, I wasn't able to find any ham. I was a little let down. The concession stand didn't have any. None of the vendors had any. I got to remember next year to bring my own. And the highlight was at the end, I got to meet the Oz, KI5OZZ. She made a stop off of her trek across the Yellow Brick Road to say hi to us at the Ham Fest. And that was a very nice surprise. So that's about all I have there. So I'll jump down to trivia. For the main trivia question, I'm going to go with Charlie. And for the alternate, I'm also going to go with Charlie. And like Just Nick, I'm apprehensive that it just might be Bravo. But I'm going to stick with Charlie. Charlie and Charlie. This is KE8VZA, back to net control, 73, everybody.
All right there, Eric, we got you down for Charlie and Charlie, and what a treat to meet the Oz. She was the first person I met in Oklahoma when I got out there, so that was really cool. So So we'll say 73 to you for now. Let's go talk to Josh real quick. Josh, just give me your main trivia answer there.
KD8EPC, W8HRF. Oh man, I was going to go with Charlie for the main, but Nick from Cibolo has me thinking. I'm going to go with Delta, 623 Earth years. W8HRF, back to KD8EPC.
All right, thank you very much there, Josh. Let's go over now to KE8QKO. Give us your comments there, Nick, and then drop it and give us the trivia answer.
KE8QKO. All right, Dustin, comments. Okay, I don't have any comments today, really. Just pretty usual day. I did have to go to the doctor and get an ear infection. That's, neither here nor there. Yeah, pretty much standard Wednesday for me, so I don't really have any real comments or anything special going on. As for the alternate trivia answer, I don't think I'm going to be able to answer this because I know the answer because it was my nickname in high school. So the downside was that they said I still wouldn't fit in the pipe even if I was the thing. But yeah, anyway, so I can't answer that since I already know it because it was my nickname. And hold off at that. Okay, I'm going to break for time and read the answer to the primary question. Okay, the question tonight was, approximately how long is one Pluto year? The answer was, Charlie, 248 Earth years. It takes 247.9 Earth years for Pluto to make one orbit around the Sun. So that was the approximate part. Anyway, with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick, and thanks again for doing our trivia tonight. We really do appreciate that. We'll say 73 to you for now, and let's go down to W8HRF. Josh, give us your comments, please.
KD8EPC, W8HRF. Oh man, comments. Don't have too much. Just working this week. Ready for the weekend. It was kind of cool on the drive home today, though. I was talking. I was listening on Simplex 146.52 on my drive, and I heard a very scratchy voice call out. And I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I recognize that voice. And it turns out it was Henry, KE8YPY, so that was kind of cool. Had a little QSO with him on the way home. So that was neat. He was talking on a mobile, and then he switched to his handheld because the mobile sounded a little weird. So nice to hear him. I haven't heard him on the air in a little bit, so that was neat. And later, another fella from the area around here popped on to Simplex too. I guess he's a newer ham, KF8ADQ. So that was cool. Maybe we'll hear him on the Beacon Net sometime. So it's always fun to hear a little bit of traffic on Simplex. I've been listening more and more, and there's more there than you'd think. So that's neat. I'll drop it, and I guess I'll read the trivia answer. W8HRF returning. Got to pull it up here. All right, tonight's alternate trivia was, what is the name of the type of gadget launched down the inside of product pipelines to perform various maintenance operations, such as inspections and cleanings? The options were A, laxative, B, pig, C, snake, or D, the Cornwaldo bead and plunger. The answer was indeed Bravo, pigs. One explanation for where the name comes from, it's an acronym for Pipeline Intervention Gadget. I'll get to the next theory in a minute. Pigs are devices which are launched from pig launchers, and they're used to clean or inspect pipelines. Pigs received their name because some early cleaning pigs, which were made from straw bales wrapped in barbed wire or leather, made squealing noises while traveling down pipelines. special pigs called intelligent or smart pigs, I think as Jairus alluded to earlier, can be used to inspect pipelines for small cracks, dents, and the thickness of the pipe. These pigs typically have to keep track of where the line defects are located on their own internally rather than using radio communications to report back directly. This is because typically the pipes that we're talking about are going to be underground or underwater, and also the materials that the pipes are made of radio waves don't really get out of them very well. The recording of the pig's location may be done by onboard odometers, gyroscope-assisted tilt sensors, and other technologies. I worked on with some pigs in a project for work about a year ago, and none of them were fancy. It was for a manufacturing environment, but it was kind of cool, very neat. It was fun to learn a little bit about that. So, anyways, that's all I got. W8HRF back to KD8 EPC. Thanks, Dustin.
All right there, Josh. Thanks for another great one, and we look forward to your next alternate trivia there. All right, with that, we're at the bottom of the list. This is KD8 EPC with the Beacon Net, and we're looking for any last-minute new check-ins. Any other check-ins for the Beacon Net, please call now.
KD2HCE will be in and out.
Here is Whiskey 8 Delta Echo Charlie, Matt in the Mobile, Ashtabula County.
Oh, KSFQV, I'm going to recheck KSFQV.
All right, what a nice orderly list of check-ins. We have KD2HC, Chris is in and out. We'll take it easy to him. W8DEC, Matt in the Mobile, and we have a recheck from KC8FQV. Mark, stand by there. We're going to go talk to our mobile real quick here. Matt, W8DEC, good evening. How you doing?
W8WKY.
One more time there. W8DEC, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard you that time. Good evening. The name is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango. In the Mobile, Ashtabula County, just got off work at the fire department on my way home. Approximately 60 miles east of the 147.015 repeater. Coming in through Allstar. Nothing really spectacular that's going to make me rich or famous, so I just want to jump in and get my name on the payroll there, and name on the stage, as they say. So, hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for letting me check in and warm up the finals a little bit. W8D, acting at control.
All right there, Matt. Great to have you with us, and thanks for stopping in there. You mobile safely, and feel free to stop back anytime. All right, we have a recheck now. KC8FQV, take it away.
All right, KSFQV. Yeah, I got the Bluetooth headset on so I can hear it from the stream on YouTube, and I could also bring up the other DV switch and listen probably there too. But I was just talking about that pig that goes up and down. Yeah, we had the well here. Well, at first when they put the wells in, they don't really need to do anything with keeping the lines clean for a couple of years, because it's a lot of pressure with the oil and with the gas. Then they have to put that little butterfly in or whatever, and you can hear the thing when it goes and hits up and hits the bottom. You can hear it hit, particularly when it is raining out and moist outside. You can hear that thing running up and down the. This well here is 4,100 feet deep for the gas and oil we have next door. But then they eventually have to put the grasshopper on, because eventually the pressure can't push it up anymore, and that So when it pushes it, pops, and it hits the top, it must have a spring or something, and it sends it back down to the other end. It just keeps going back and forth until it can't do it anymore. Then they have to bring the electric motor in. So we'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. Well, thanks so much for joining us there. We'll say 73 to you for now. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. This is KDEDPC with the Beacon Net. We're looking for any more new check-ins. New check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Last call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now.
VK2DY, Victor Kilo 2, Delta 8.
Hi, Robert. We've always got time to talk to you. VK2DY. Good evening, or I guess it's good afternoon for you. How you doing?
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon. 2:11 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. This is Robert, VK2DY. We'll be on Daylight Time until the 7th of April, and then we go back to Standard Time, sort of the opposite way you guys go, but we're headed into autumn. Not that you'd know it by the weather. It's 34 degrees Celsius out there, about 94 Fahrenheit, so it's definitely not autumn weather up there, but it is what it is. Sunny, shining, sky is blue. We have a very mild climate here, actually. I would say that any kind of real autumn doesn't set in until at least the end of April, and even then, even through the entire winter, we can have days where you'll hit over 70 Fahrenheit. It never snows. It never, rarely if ever gets below freezing. We're sort of spoiled here, I think. Having grown up in the American Midwest, where you get real winters and real snow, hard to call anything here winter. Anyway, other than that, not a whole lot else to share. Just wanted to give you one for the count. VK2DY.
All right there, Robert. Well, always wonderful to hear you out there, and thanks for stopping by and saying a few words to us there. So, yeah, it's getting cool for you, and it's going to get warm for us, so there you are. We'll say 73. Have a great evening, and we look for, or good afternoon to you, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, Robert was the bottom of the list. This is going to be the final call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now. All right, nothing else heard. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KD8SLG, KQKO, KQWE, W8HRF, and KVZA, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the barometer net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday, also here on the W8WKY repeater. And don't forget to visit our friends over on the Boredom Breaker net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is KDEDPC returning the repeater to normal amateur use at this time, and I will be clear. 73, y'all.
Normal amateur use or normal amateur abuse? Which one is it, Dustin?
I mean, Jairus, that's a really, really fine line you're walking there, my friend.
I got to be careful because the hub I'm talking on is only connected till 10:30, so I'm going to have to move things if we continue this after party. But more beer is secure, so we're good to go. It's a long day, but a good day.
I thought it was funny how you put a hit out on Alan. KC5RBG.
I see how it is. You wait till after the net to jump in there. Evening, Shannon. Well, you gentlemen tell me. I've got Allstar on the other VFO, so I can dial up wherever we want to go.
I say let's just stay here and light up your repeater and ours until ours drops at 11. I'll have Shannon's node reconnect to you guys after 10:30. I'll be watching it and make sure that we reconnect so we can continue the party, especially since Shannon's here. KC5RBG, good to hear from you today, and hope everything went well for you today. All the appointments and whatnot you may have had, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of yesterday. Yeah, I think I am thinking of yesterday. But you know what? You probably had appointments today, too.
Actually, I was asleep all day. I woke up in time to get on the boredom breaker net. Got the end of the first hour there and turned around and got the beginning of the second hour and went back to bed. And I've just been in bed all day long. You know, the last 2 days I had 2 doctor's appointments each day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I was pretty fed up with it. So I'm glad I got a little bit of catch-up sleep today. Tomorrow I go to Muskogee for that shot in my neck with that really, really big needle. Remmel's going to pick me up at 8:30 or so we can grab a little breakfast on the way there, and then he can bring me back.
Let's hope he brings you back, otherwise you'll be stuck in Muskogee. And Dustin, great net tonight. I obviously recuse myself because I deal with these things every day, and I know exactly what the answer was to the alternate trivia question, and I didn't want to give it away too much, so I thought naming the different kinds might spark an interest in snakes or one of the other options, and not give it away, because those names have nothing to do with pigs. And if you want to know why they call them pigs, I'll tell you. But you're going to laugh.
Let me start off by, Shannon, yeah, I hope Remo's going to bring you back. If not, at least have him leave you with a sign so you got a good hitchhiking back sign, hi. And yeah, Jairus, that would be interesting to know. I watched a documentary about the Alaska pipeline, and they were talking about pigs on it. And my question is, are they pneumatically powered? Do they just pressurize the line behind it with air to push it, or is there like a motor inside of it that spins it, or what?
This node is about to kill me. Keeps keying up and dropping and then keying up. I'm going to lose my mind. Anyway, so pigs are powered by the pneumatic pressure behind them, which is normally powered by compressed gas. And it's designed to push liquid out of the pipeline and to void the pipeline of liquid traps and low spots where liquid accumulates and lower the pressure drop in the entire pipeline, as it were. So some people pig once a quarter, some people pig once a month, some people pig 3 times a day. It just depends on the line, how much condensate and how much water falls out in the line, whether or not how often they have to do it. The smart pigs have little wheels on them and caliper gauges, and they measure the distance that they travel, the anomalies in the wall thickness of the pipe, the diameter of the pipe, and anomalies in diameter of the pipe in case somebody had a line strike and it dented it, and you keep getting a pig hung up there. They will note that. They also do UT scans of the wall thickness of the pipe, so you can look for thin spots and dig them up and verify that you have problems with the coating on the pipe and deal with that. So they are all pneumatically powered, but it's by natural gas and or natural gas liquids in order to motivate it, because you don't want to introduce air and gas in the same line if you don't have to. And a pig is not a 100% sealed device, so it will not isolate the gas from the air 100%. So you could end up with a explosive mixture behind the pig if you were to use air. So we generally will pig lines with air to get water out of them, and then come back with natural gas, pressure them up, and purge them down. But I'm running up against the alligator, so... Anyway, hopefully that helps. If you got any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Back over to you, Dustin, real quick.
Now, you just is that pig in the pipe all the time, or is it just in there for cleaning and you take it out and you put it in there once a quarter or whatever you're going to do it? Is that how that works? You take it in and pull it out, or is it there all the time?
You take it in, you put it in and pull it out, and it's not in there all the time unless you're pigging very frequently. And then sometimes you'll launch a pig before you catch a pig in order to help keep a line swept clean. But normally you'll put one in, wait until you get it at the other end and pull it out, and then you'll drive it back to the start line and start it again. And I totally forgot. Meant to tell you why they call them pigs. It's because when they're coming by a valve setting, above ground valve setting, you can't hear it when they're underground, but when they're coming into a valve setting and or above ground appurtenance of a pipeline, they sound like they squeal a little bit, kind of like a pig squeal, and that's why they call them pigs. And they call them pigs, the animal pig, in every other country, despite the fact that it was originated in the U.S. In Venezuela, they still call them the animal pig because of the sound it makes, which I find kind of fascinating.
That is pretty fascinating stuff there, so thanks for the good explanations. I know I get pamphlets, not about the pig, but every year there's a natural gas pipeline, I don't know, maybe half a mile or less as the crow flies, so they send me letters every year telling me there's a pipeline in my neighborhood and what to do if I smell gas. But this thing's like I think it's an 18-inch pipe, or it's either 18-inch or 36-inch, one of the two. I think it's a pretty big pipe, though, called the Nexus Pipeline. Runs across the whole state, up through Michigan, and eventually I think Canadians get it.
Yeah, QSL. So we have a 30-inch pipeline that's at high pressure, 11,000 or 1,100 pounds, that runs through our neighborhood, and you can tell where it is based on some of the spacing of the houses and their yards and there's side yards in order to allow room for the pipe, because you are not allowed to build above ground appurtenances within 30 feet of most right-of-ways. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 30, but a large pipe, it's going to be probably 30 feet. And so you can see the extra wide gap in between certain houses in our neighborhood and know that that's where that 30-inch pipeline of high-pressure gas is running. And we've never once had a problem with it in the 13, I guess 12 and a half, 13 years I've lived here. But I also know what natural gas smells like even without the specific odorant. So the stuff, natural gas doesn't smell bad to start with. They add a particular chemical to it to make it smell bad so that people can detect it, because there are certain minor smells that you can detect in some of the aromatics that are entrained in the natural gas, but natural gas itself does not have a smell. So they add ethyl mercaptan, and the scent that skunks make is made out of butyl mercaptan. So if you ever get sprayed by a skunk or have your dog sprayed by a skunk, you might look up a mercaptan remedy in order to help knock the smell down, because they have deodorizers for mercaptan for guys that have to work on the injection systems and get doused in it on occasion. Kind of cool knowledge to have, I guess. Well, for me, and I'm a nerd. AI 5Q.
All right, very good there. Yeah, most of the pipe here runs through farm fields and stuff of that nature, big properties, so you don't even notice it. But it's a 36-inch, 256-mile-long interstate pipeline with a current capacity of 1.4 billion cubic feet per day.
W8WKY.
Yeah, so that's a pretty stout line, and it's moving a lot of gas. Our company as a whole doesn't gather more than 300 million cubic feet, and you're at 1.4 billion cubic feet on that one line. So our company is pretty small in the grand scheme of things, but we still are an integral part of certain ecosystems and certain plants and certain houses and townships and ranges and all that kind of stuff. There are people that, if we were to stop flowing, would not have natural gas at their house. And that's kind of a big deal, so we have to be careful about our run times.
No doubt, that's wild. You know what's funny is I don't think we even get any of our gas from the pipeline. I think it all goes up in, like I said, some of it goes to Michigan and the rest goes up and into Canada.
Oh, those Canadians need natural gas, but no, I mean, natural gas is a pretty clean fuel when you get down to it. Like, if you've ever worked on a car that runs on natural gas, you'll notice when you change the oil, it's not black, it's still amber colored. And that's because there's not the contaminants of combustion that you have with gasoline or diesel or anything like that. It's very clean, combusting hydrocarbon, as it were, but it's not clean enough for the current regime that's in government because it's not electric. And I hate to break it to you, but electricity is generated by nuclear, hydro, and coal and natural gas. peak demand plants are basically natural gas because they're the easiest and quickest to fire up in the summer at peak demands. Baseload plants are usually coal or nuclear, and hydroelectric is just a supplement, kind of like solar and wind.
Yep. I agree with you there. CNG could catch on for sure as a good fuel for vehicles if they would just build out the infrastructure like they have with electric pumps. It would be no problem to get vehicles going on the road that way. So there you go with that. Although I gotta say I disagree with the way they're getting the fuel out here, the natural gas. They're doing the fracking, and it's ruining the groundwater, causing all kinds of earthquakes and havoc in the areas they're doing it. So I don't think that's very cool.
Yeah, I agree with that, and there is a definite correlation between fracking and groundwater contamination and earthquakes. And in western Oklahoma, west of Oklahoma City near Enid, and western half of the state, I guess, which is where we have some of our plants, we had a plant dedicated to processing 90 million cubic feet a day, and it's down to 10. And the reason it's down to 10 is because they were not able to continue their saltwater injection wells for the fracked fluids that were coming out of the wells and the produced water coming out of the wells, and it was a disposal well problem more than it was a frack problem. So normally these fracks are 10,000 foot underground, and they're well below the water table and the water reservoirs that we have. But when they start causing earthquakes and wreaking havoc like that, they get shut down. They shut down all disposal wells in western Oklahoma for a while, and it arrested all of the earthquakes that we were having in Oklahoma. And so it's not economic to produce a well and have to haul the water off to somewhere to be treated. So they quit doing that and just let the wells sort of die off. And that's why we're down to 10 million from a capacity of 90. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You take a risk and hoping to grow, and something unforeseen happens, and then you're stuck holding the bag.
So there was a lady a couple of years ago that she had to call the news because she had people fracking in the property next to hers, and she asked them about the water, and they said that everything's fine. So she brings the news in the house, she turns on the tap and proceeds to light the water on fire. And she's like, and they tell me my water is just fine. Would you drink this? And after that, I thought that was absolutely wild. They ended up shutting down that site and 4 other sites in the area because they couldn't tell which one was causing the problem. But apparently a pocket of natural gas had ended up getting into her well and was coming in with the water, and that's what was lighting on fire. I thought that was pretty gnarly.
Oh, I agree. I mean, our industry that I work in is not without fault. We screw stuff up, but most of the time when we are made aware of concerns and situations, we try to respond appropriately. At least my company does. We get washouts on pipelines that we have to fix. We get leaks that we have to fix. We get all sorts of things that we address and spend a lot of money trying to maintain keeping the gas in the pipe. And now we're being taxed by every molecule of gas that leaves our pipe in the form of maintenance or blowdown events or things of that nature by the Biden administration. So we are being very vigilant about what gas exits our pipe and where it exits to as a result. And we were vigilant before, but we're more vigilant now, let me tell you. Because it was lost profits before, and nobody wants to lose profit. Nobody wants to lose money. But when gas is only $1.20 an MCF, you're like, we can afford to vent, a couple hundred MCF. It's not that big a deal. It's a couple $100. But now we're being taxed on it, or gathering a fee on it, or whatever you want to call it, and it's adding up to significant money overall. So it's not entirely a bad thing that they are taxing the methane emissions, but man, they really stuck the screws to us pretty hard and in a hurry, with no feathering into it, as it were.
Come on, man, it's Bidenomics. All cars need to be electric by 2030.
Well, rest assured, I'll still have a 1962 truck that runs on Dino Juice. I'll still have a 2011 truck that runs on Dino Juice, and I'll still have a 1945 Ford 8N that runs on Dino Juice. And I mean, it's just, you can mandate all you want. I'm going to keep my old stuff because, you know what? When winter comes and it's 0 degrees outside, I don't lose half of my fuel capacity like you do on a battery. Something to think about.
W8WKY.
8080PC. And and batteries aren't innocent either. Have you seen what lithium mining does?
Oh yeah. Do you know how many smartphones there are in the world? There's 8 billion people in the world. Guess how many smartphones there are? I'll tell you, it's like 15 to 20 billion smartphones, and every one of them is made with lithium. And the lithium mining is just atrocious, same as cobalt mining for some of these batteries. So, nobody's innocent as far as I'm concerned. As much as you want to be innocent, you can't be if you partake in any kind of technology that's available to you today readily.
KD2AC.
Oh.
Hi, Dustin. Just a funny there. You know how many AA batteries are in a Tesla, right? A gazillion.
All right, there you go. Well, Jairus, my theory has been, I think I'm going to build get an old carbureted truck and build a wood gasifier.
Comment.
Go ahead, Shannon.
KC5RPG. Mitch was telling me about the new Ram that's going to be coming out in about a year or two. And it's all electric. Drives, transmission, everything. But it still has a gas motor in it. However, that gas motor doesn't power anything. All that gas motor is there to do is idle. And all it does at idle is charge the battery. So it's going to have something all electric. Because one of the biggest things is, having to charge them and all that. This Ram truck, you're not going to have to worry about charging it at all. It charges itself when you drive it, and it only starts the motor when it needs the battery charged. Other than that, the motor's off. So pretty cool technology there. KC5 RPG.
Well, that's a really neat concept. Let me make sure I've got it here. All right, that's a neat concept there, Shannon. There's some guys up in Canada that are doing something similar to that, but they're doing it with old diesel semis, and they have diesel motors in them still, but they're only used to recharge the battery systems as they go. It's kind of like that's kind of how like a train works, because most of them are, I think they're all diesel electric nowadays. They have big diesel motors on them, but those motors aren't actually powering the train. Electric motors power the train, and the diesel is just there to turn the generator. So that's the story with that. I think it's Jarris's turn. Take it away.
Thanks, Dustin. And I always thought, even going back 20 years when I was still in college, that a diesel over electric hybrid vehicle, diesel engine running at peak performance, generating the most power it could, was the right way to move forward, not this all-electric charging off the grid. But I did hear Elon Musk explain the charging rates in a very simplistic manner. Basically, if you had an empty parking lot and you were at 10% capacity of the parking lot, and you are filing cars in one after another, just one, they will find parking spots relatively quickly and be able to charge the battery up to 80% without a whole lot of problem. When you get past 80%, they're going to have to drive around more and look for those additional spots that are not taken up. And that's why it takes so long to charge something from 80 up to 100% versus 20 to 80% in 30 or 40 minutes. And I've seen that with my phone. I can plug it in for 30 minutes, and I'll go from 20% charge to 70% charge in 30 minutes. But it takes overnight to get it up to 100% charge. So it's kind of fascinating. But KDA SLG, he was talking about missing these late-night QSOs, and he's nowhere to be found. What's going on with that? AI5Q over to KC5 RBG with a pause for Nick to explain himself.
AI5Q, KD8EPC, KC5 RBG, KD8SLG. I'm here listening, but I had a coughing fit. I had to take care of that business you can't take care of when you're sitting in a chair for 2 hours. Just been listening out. I'm here, but I'm not active. I'm tired. I don't even know who's next in the rotation, so I'm going to throw it to KD8EPC.
You're lucky I closed NetLogger, Nick. I was trying to go over there and yell at you in NetLogger, but no sleep for you. You got to join in on the QSO. Not a lot to report over here, though. I broke into the beef sausages I got today, just beef sticks. So big pack of them was dirt cheap. Anyhow, diesel over electric is definitely a good option, I think, in my opinion. But I don't know. I guess to each their own. I still think the wood gasifier is neat. If you could get it just right, you could probably driving one of those pretty efficiently.
Well, I vote for just making some old-time moonshine, some high-proof stuff. And we'll all just, basically drive alcohol dragsters. How's that? Pretty easy to maintain, it's corn, some water. Very few ingredients there. So, we could really turn the world around with that. But, I talked to Nick today on the phone, and he explained to me exactly why me and him are so tired and can't stay awake. Because I've had a hard time this whole week of just not being able to stay awake at all. And it's because our internal clock is running a few months behind. So we're in hibernation mode. And I'm definitely there. I am definitely there. And thank you, Nick, by the way, for the call and expertise there. I think with my eyes being messed up, I was missing one step in the process, and because of that, I wasn't getting to where I needed to be. So figured that out and got to it just fine today. Over to you, Jairus. Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf.
KC5 RBG in the group, AI5Q. Nick is good on occasion for a fountain of knowledge, but I wouldn't exclusively rely on him personally. His knowledge is limited, unlike mine. Mine is unlimited, and I'll tell you that if you ask me. If you need to know about something I don't know about, I'll tell you I don't know about it, and therefore my knowledge is unlimited because I will give you a straight answer no matter what. Man, I am enjoying myself tonight, let me tell you. And let's just say tomorrow is probably going to be a rough day, but tonight is going to be a good night. AI5Q over to KDA EPC.
Wait a minute there. We're not going to let Nick get away that easy. KD8 SLG.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Oh, Jairus, man, AI5Q, KD8SLG. Oh, that was a nice dig there. So the way I heard that was, you have unlimited knowledge because you will say when you don't know something. And I'm pretty sure that you implied that I will give a bullshit answer on anything. And you're pretty much right. I don't know if it's an answer, but I have an opinion on everything. First of all, one of the things I heard earlier that I have to comment on is Stuck in Muskogee. That's got to be a song lyric somewhere. If not the title of a song. So there's that. And the original Priuses had basically a little lawnmower engine in them, and they would run on battery until they couldn't anymore. That little motor would kick on and charge the battery so you could drive on the battery. And those things were incredibly efficient, 45, 50 miles a gallon kind of efficient. And for some reason, everybody decided we should make all the cars like cell phones. And I think that's a bad idea. And there's my 2 cents on that, and there's my limited knowledge. KD8EPC, KD8SLG. Go, Dustin.
All right, very good there, Nick. Well, thanks for your unlimited knowledge there. Well, all I know about that subject there, but I can tell you what, the UPS man stopped by today, left a package at my door, so I come in and I opened it, and inside of it was a Pi 2 and a Pi 3B, and there was two USB sound interfaces, and then there was a digital interface that'll do DMR or D-Star, and a bunch of various random cables. So I got a bunch of goodies today. So that's all I know about that. KD80PC, I think it goes back to Shannon now, KC5 RBG to take it.
Boy, that does sound like a nice box of goodies. To be so lucky. I was talking about deliveries today. I had made a Amazon delivery, and my new garage door is now tied with Amazon and Walmart. So when they do my at-home deliveries, they actually put them in my garage. My system sent them a special key to use with my permission. And, they come up and it opens and they put the stuff in and they leave after closing it. So it's pretty cool. I wanted to test that today because I knew that I was going to be home. So I was like, I'm going to just see how that works. And so I actually requested it that way. So that was pretty neat. And it did work. So I got to give them that. As far as Nick's unlimited knowledge, here's the deal. With Nick, I don't think he has unlimited knowledge. His knowledge is very limited in an unlimited way. And by that, I mean his knowledge is limited to Yaesu radios. However, he has unlimited knowledge about said radios. There you go. OC Juris KC5RPG.
Thanks, Shannon. I was waiting on the commercial ID on my end. And, Nick, you nailed it pretty much on the head as far as my little dig at you. It's not meant to be offensive, and I'm glad it doesn't sound like you took it that way. But, if I don't know something, I just straight up tell people I don't know, and I will find out. And that's part of the engineer in me. Whereas if you don't know something, but you think you might know something about it, you're definitely going to answer. All good, man. All good. All in fun. Where else do we go from here? Amazon packages being delivered. That's a good thing, Dustin, that you got some new toys. And let me tell you, I've got a gentleman that is struggling with some Pi-Star stuff, and it's almost driving me crazy, but not quite. So I'm still trying to help him. But he downloaded the Raspbian OS and put it on his Raspberry Pi 2W0. And it was like, there's nothing about digital or analog voice radio modes on this OS. What do I do? I was like, well, first of all, you got to download the Pi-Star.uk software. I said, okay, I did that. Now my monitor and keyboard don't work. I'm like, well, you got to remote into it through the Pi-Star dashboard. It's just been a never-ending saga, and you know what? That's okay, because not everybody knows this stuff, not everybody lives and breathes this stuff, and I'm happy to help get people on the air where they need to be on the air, it makes sense for me to help them because I'm way too nice of a guy sometimes. AI 5Q.
KD8 SLG returning. Oh, no offense there, Jarris, at all. It's just a different way of looking at things. As an engineer, you look at ultimately solving a problem, and that's not me. But as an operations manager, as someone who needs to make sure things function one way or another, I just need to find solutions that work in the meantime. So that's how I approach things. So, you know, to a hammer, everything's a nail. We're just different hammers. Oh, man. Good to talk to you guys tonight. And yeah, Shannon, I'm glad I could help you out with that little Yaesu bump there. Here's the secret. I have most of the Yaesu manuals on the desktop, so I can click them open real quick and act like I know what I'm talking about. But you do that often enough, next thing you know, you can answer questions without the manual. That's where I am with the 400. That's about it. KD80PC, KD8SLG, go Dustin.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. Yeah, I'm going to be learning Pi-Star. You know, one neat thing that came in that package today when my buddy sent it to me is there's a whole book on how to use Raspberry Pi. It shows you everything from the start, how to where it tells you where to go get the operating system and all that and everything, and how to install it on an SD card. That's as far as I've gotten. I'm 20 pages into the 500-page manual, so it's going to be a learning experience because this board, the way it works is I hook it to the Raspberry Pi, and then I hook it to a Motorola radio, and it's basically going to become a D-Star hotspot. So that's pretty cool. Boy, there was something else I wanted to say, but for the life of me, I can't think of what it was. But with that, Shannon, take it away. KC5RBG from KD80PC.
KC5RBG returning. Well, Nick, you're right. Everyone is a hammer, and, you know, just different kinds. Me, I'm a DeWalt impact wrench. or impact gun, however you want to call it. But, you know, you know, if it takes very long to try to figure something out, I'll go to alternate methods of finding out. You know, if it doesn't come to me, you know, I can like on that issue I asked you about, I asked AI about it. You know, the GPT-4, and I asked it how to do it, and what it said did not make any sense. That was the weird part. I'm like, okay, I sat there and told you what model radio, and I know that, you know, to be able to answer those questions, you have been scanned the instruction manuals for them, so, but yeah, he couldn't give me an answer that was viable. The way you put it, though, I had run across that list several times, and there were several times I didn't know how to get out of it, and it was really driving me nuts because, like, as soon as on the mic, when I hit the button on the top to scan, it would bring up the list, and it wouldn't scan. It would just rapidly go through till I let off the button. I had to figure that, how to get that turned back off. I've been trying to figure it out for like a week because my node isn't working.
That was the midnight disconnect for us. Let's see if Jared hooks us back up. KD8SLG.
Well, in the meantime, hi Nick, KD8PC.
Hi, Dustin. How you doing, man? I missed you this afternoon.
What do you know? I missed me this afternoon, too.
Yeah, you're a dick, so I'll just leave that alone. I'm glad you had a good time, man. That's fine. And, you know, I got no issues with I actually enjoy doing the BBN by myself, but I gotta tell you, man, I can't monitor all the stuff the way I normally do when you're doing the talking, and it threw me a couple of curveballs today.
I imagine it's a little bit more difficult. I realized you didn't see me because you were talking to people for quite a while. Then I was like, well, I had my Echolink in one hand, but I had the radio in the other, and I was pretty high up on a hill over there in, oh boy, I don't even remember where it is now. Oh, but anyway, over in Amish country, and I ended up being able to hit the repeater, and it was rough, but I made it in.
Well, one of the problems is the guys, some of the guys started coming in on Echolink through the boredom breaker connection instead of through W8WKY when we're doing it. So I missed them completely, and yeah, I just couldn't watch three different repeaters at the same time. I couldn't do it.
That happens there. Dude, I got a gallon jug of dish soap for $6.50.
You're surprisingly excited about that. And that's cool, man. I love getting deals like that. But it just kind of made me giggle. I just had this vision of Dustin washing baby ducks soaked in oil.
If ever there's an Exxon Valdez incident in my neighborhood, I'll be the first one to respond. Until then, I won't have to buy dish soap for 3 years.
Okay, so QV. You know, the bizarre thing is, I see when I go to my brother's, you don't wash the dishes off, just put them in the dishwasher, he says. Good morning, KSFQV.
Dustin, you and Jareth doubled there before Mark jumped in. So Jareth and Shannon are back. Good evening, Mark, and happy Pi Day, everybody. It's 3.14.
Let me see if I got it real quick. AI5Q. Alright, sounds like I'm in. Yeah, for some reason Shannon's node dropped the WKY repeater at 10:30, and then it again dropped everything at 11 p.m. So when Shannon unkeyed, I looked at the dashboard. I was like, oh, well, we may be missing a few folks. And it was probably 1 minute past, so you got cut off on Shannon's last transmission and probably thought, well, he was either done or he's cut off, and we'll go from here, which is perfectly fine. That's the right call to make. especially with Allstar, man. You never know when somebody's going to disappear in Allstar due to whatever reason. But, no, I was just thinking that I don't know what I was thinking. Crap. Sorry about that. AI 5Q over to Shannon, pick it up, and then pass it over to Dustin or Mark, either one.
Well, I don't know how much they got of my last transmission, but anyway, that's all right, I guess. I don't even remember what I said now, so I guess it wasn't too important, other than I really have missed these late night QSOs, including the ones on 56 Charlie over there too. I found an issue with my 56 Charlie node. It was not wanting to work right. I don't really know what happened there, but I think I got it working. I haven't talked to anybody on it now, but I think I did get it working. And I guess it'll be Jairus, me, Mark, Nick, and Dustin. I think that's everyone we got in here. KC5RBG.
Take it, Mark.
Next case of QV.
Roger, Rogers, on you.
Alright, KCFQV. Yeah, I ain't gonna stick around too long, but I figure I'd come back in and say hello. And, great hearing everyone. Yeah, now I got two. Yeah, I've been gonna do this for some time. So I finally looked at the Pixel 7 phone that has a DV switch on it, and looked at the settings for each of the repeaters I have in there. And it's been sitting on, DV switch has been sitting on the other phone, S8, for some time. So I finally put the W8WKY into it and the Wooster into it. Now I'm going to have to go and see about just paying a little money. I don't know, I pay one time for the app and that's it. And then I can use the transceivers, I guess. But we'll work on that. KCFQV over to, I think it's going to Nick. Just Nick. KCFQV.
KC8FQV, K8SLG. Yeah, Mark, I think DV Switch is $1.99, and that's a one-time payment. It's well worth it, I believe. It does take a little finagling to hook up other things other than W8WKY, as apparently you know. But, yeah, I think it's $1.99 one-time charge, and that's an app that's worth $1.99, methinks. That's all I got this round. I'm not long for this world. It's been a long day. I have a long day tomorrow. And you can give it to Jairus. AI5Q, go.
This is KG5SYC 73, y'all. I was listening all along, and some of the comments I'll just keep to myself. KG5SYC.
KG5SYC, you are more than welcome to make any comments you want. We're probably not going to be offended. We have been at each other's best and been at each other's worst and everything in between. So you are more than welcome to comment all you want. And let's see, Nick, I appreciate you passing it over to me. I understand the long day situation. I'm going to have a long day tomorrow, and I've got to leave early, so I probably need to get into work early. So I think I will probably make this my last transmission. Definitely enjoyed the net tonight, enjoyed the after party tonight. Wish I could continue on further, but 6 o'clock comes early. And I just, I woke up at between 5 and 5:30 today and decided that I should stay up as opposed to try and go back to sleep, because that may cause me a 2-hour delay. So hopefully tomorrow I wake up right at 6 instead of 5 or 5:30 and can get on the bus and get to the office and do what I need to do by 7. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, I enjoy listening to the barometer net in the morning when I can, and the pre-net when I can, when I'm up early enough. It's the only time I get to hear Ray in the mornings is on the pre-net. They generally don't necessarily call on him during the net, or if they do, it's after I've already left the house and am out of range of the node. So I've been tempted to hook up the 49562 to the W8WKY repeater, but I'm coming up on a hard stop here, so I will pass it along and say 783. This is AI5Q saying good night, everyone.
Is it my turn?
And yes, my node dropped W8WKY at 11. That was kind of my catch-all for when I had my node going all over the place. I was making sure that it was off so it didn't get any traffic from anyone else I went to. I'll send you a picture of kind of those last few managed timed events. So I'll send that to you right now. KC5 RBG.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to stay here. But I got the other phone. I'm punching away on it. Well, typing it. Yeah, they just put a new gas line down our road. I think at medium pressure. They had a farm tap line on the north side, and I don't know if they're abandoning it or what they're doing, because they didn't connect our well over to the new line. So I don't know if they're going to use the farm tap for just the wells, because there's 4 or 5 wells on our road. Some of these things you just don't know what they're doing anymore. But hey, great hearing everyone, and we'll just keep the good times rolling. That's what that is all about. KCFQV.
Is it my turn?
Nick, and then you.
Oh, man, don't be blaming me for slowing up the works there, Shannon. Damn, dude. I thought I helped you with your Yaesu and you were all happy and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna join Jairus and hit the sheets. So there's that. Talking to y'all tonight. I had things to say, but they slipped away. Sandman is sprinkling the sand on my eyes. So y'all have a good night. AI5Q, KT8SUB, KT8PC, and KT5RBG. This is KT8SLG. I'm going to say good night, guys. Until tomorrow. Dustin, I think it's you now.
ABNMO. Stand by there, Andy. Well, I got skipped last round, I think. I think you went right from you to Jairus, and I got jumped over there. So I'm going to say 73 to Jairus, and I'm going to say 73 to you, Nick, and to Miss Sandy. I think that just leaves Shannon, and Andy, we got Andy there, and Mark, too, I think he said 73. So, Andy, you can take it after me, but Shannon, we might have to jump over there to 56 Charlie and carry on for a little longer there. AB8MO, take it from KT8PC and pass it to Shannon when you're done.
W8WKY.
Okay. I'm about to head to bed, so I just wanted to say hi to everyone, just Nick and Shannon, and I guess Jairus is out there, and Mark, and yeah, it was at 80 meters tonight. I'm not sure why. The band was terribly noisy. I mean, summertime noisy. So, anyhow, I just wanted to say hi. And I'm actually going to duck back out again. Oh, shoot. Dustin, I'm sorry. I forget who you said to pass to. Shannon, I think it's your turn. I'll listen out, guys. Hope I didn't destroy the rotation too much. This is AB8MO. I'll listen out. Go ahead, Shannon.
Nah, you hadn't destroyed anything there. KC5RBG, I'll say 73 there to just Nick. It's great talking to him tonight. And I'm glad I got to talk to him a little bit earlier today, too. And as well as the net. That was a good Nick day. And I hope you and Jairus both get some much-needed sleep. Or, as we figured out today, Nick, hibernation. I'm going to have a real early morning. I got to... Reynolds going to come by and pick me up in the morning and take me to Muskogee to the hospital so I can get my shot in my neck. Kind of not looking forward to it, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, it's once every 3 months. So I just stick to doing it, and you know, it helps keep me sane, I guess. But over to you there, Mark. Oh, and 73 to Andy there. Good to hear him on there. Sure don't hear him on like I used to. KC5RBG. Over to you, Mark.
All right, Shannon, case. Okay. Well, I think at one point Andy didn't have the commitment. He has to go to work every day to make $1 or put some other people to work from what he makes and that, however it goes. But yeah, I gotta go find this password. That's our life. That's our, I think, our second life. Or maybe it's our first life now is passwords. I don't know which. But good hearing, everyone. So, well, Nick, I guess I think going. I guess he's heard enough buggies rolling for the day and everything. So he's going to go see the pillow, I think. But, you know, we all are permitted to do what we need to do to keep ourselves going on. So, KCFQV. I think Nick was saying he was going to do the 73 deal. I don't know what Dustin was, but maybe he was. I don't know, Shannon. And I think Andrew was going to do that too. It really went quick, I think. KCFQV.
ADPC, let me take it there if I can. Make sure I've got it here. Alright, I'm going to say 73 here. My teeth are floating, so I got to make a run down to the blue room, and I'm going to take a walk, but I'm going to say 73 and listen out. But Shannon, KC5RBG, if you want to meet me at 56 Charlie here in a minute, I can take the HT and have it away from the radio there. With that, KDADPC, I'm clearing over to KC5RBG.
I think I'm going to go ahead and jet out here too. KC5RBG 73. And I'll be clear.
Yeah, good night, Shannon. Charlie 56, is that D-Star? Is that the Charlie part of it, or I'm trying to think what the other ones. I know there's several digital things and there are different ones, but maybe just refresh me which mode that is, and you can go that way. KCFQB. Well, nothing heard. We will catch everything in the morning when Jim gets up and when we start clattering our relays. Relays, I guess maybe you're going to be done being clattered now. But don't think you're not going to get woke back up again, relays, because you will. KCFQV.
KC8FQV is Katie at SLG. Yeah, the guys wandered over to a D-Star reflector, and that's the designation, I believe. It's a very, very little used reflector that we go to from time to time. So there, you can hear somebody clicking in right now, because it's all digital, so it lets you know who's there. Anyway, you have a good night there, Mark. We'll be listening for you dark and early tomorrow morning. Gary's got the helm, so I'll be on standby. KC8FQV, KD8SLG. Have a good night there, Mark.
All right. Yeah. Hopefully, Gary has a good sleep so he can get up, because, yeah, that can be a wreck for you, and you ran this thing tonight. Well, you did a good job running it by yourself. Yeah, you kept the dashboard. You worked real well. So we'll
text you in the morning. Yeah, hopefully you can take a rest from the dashboard, and he can at least steer, and you can do the thing. So, KCF QV.
'73 Mark. CC8 FQV, 80 SLG.
All right, 73s. KCF QV.
W8WKY.